got this right. We got this right.
Hello and welcome back to We Got This Right for episode 3. I'm Kaylee Waldrop.
And I'm Julia Bear.
And this is We Got This Right. We're going to go ahead and get started by passing it over to Julia for a couple announcements.
We're actually going to start a new little segment, called We Got This Wrong, with like updates from our previous episodes, things that we either couldn't think of at the time or we listened to the episode and realized we had gotten wrong. So that being said, I'm going to go back to episode 1. If you need a refresher, feel free to go back and listen. So the horse's name in the Neverending Story is actually Artax. So we were wrong. And then I did look up Dude Ranch. It is not a movie, but it is a place also known as Guest Ranch. And I quote from their website, it is an immersive, often all-inclusive vacation destination. So,
Sponsor. No.
Yeah. But I did look up the show I was trying to talk about, which is actually called Hey Dude, and it aired from 1989 to 1991 on Nickelodeon, about a fictional bar none dude ranch. So it was kind of there, but also not. And it was truly filmed in Tucson, Arizona. And then I just wanted to shout out the Sinkhole segment on the podcast that I talked about. It's called Sinkhole Saturdays, and it's from the podcast My Favorite Murder. So that's it for episode 1, unless you thought of anything.
No, I
Okay.
think those are good.
Those are good. All right. So moving on to episode 2, we did have some technical difficulties in the first few minutes, but we did get that figured out. And then just please excuse the fact that I had a cold and I pronounced a lot of words wrong, including my own last name.
And I didn't even realize. And I was like, oh, okay.
I was struggling to breathe and speak and not cough the whole episode. So sorry. And to be clear, in episode 2, I'm still laughing at myself that I said if Ryan Gosling's listening. I do not, in fact, think
I'm going to tag him.
that Ryan Gosling is listening. So that's it for episode 2, just those couple quick things. But then we wanted to let you all know that if you go to our Instagram, we did add a tab. It says Bully, and it's for resources. What does it say exactly? Bully?
Well, it's a link in our link tree. Yeah. So we link out to some resources for bullying. So you can go ahead and check that out. And then there's additional resources and links in our link tree as well in our bio on Instagram.
Yep. So there's merch. There's also a link to like therapy. But yeah, we also want to let you guys know you can follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok. All of the likes and follows really help us out. We also would love to hear from you on our email. We got this right 2026@gmail.com. So far, I think we've thrown out to send us your side quest of the week. We gave you homework last week to reach out to somebody. So if you did, in fact, do that, we'd love to hear from you. We do want to eventually read some of those emails on the podcast. So if you would like your name redacted, just put a note, disclaimer. So if we do decide to share your email, we can share the story without sharing your name. And lastly, we just want to say how much we really appreciate you all. This journey means so much to us, and having your support is fabulous. Our episode went up 5 days ago, episode 1, and we're in the top 25% of new podcasts. Woo woo. So that's all thanks to you guys, but please share, tell your friends, and we just thank you for being on this journey with us. And hopefully through the different platforms, we can find ways to connect.
Yeah, you said it beautifully. I was like, I don't have anything else to add. That's great. But yeah, definitely. We put up polls with our episodes if it's on Instagram or whether it's on Spotify. We definitely appreciate that as well. It's kind of engaging. And then we get to hear how you guys feel or things that you want to share with us too. So we really appreciate that. So now that we've cleared all that up, at least we didn't mess up as much in episode 2 that we did episode 1. We got a lot of corrections episode 1, but that's A-okay. We're learning. So I think we'll go ahead and get into it. This episode is a little fun. I thought, rating our life choices or kind of scary. I don't know. But I think, some were great. Some were character development, but
Season of growth.
Season of growth, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Correct.
So we're
Or so
gonna
Kelly Clarkson says.
yes. I know. I was like, don't get us singing. We'll sing to you. But we'll go ahead and get started and jump into some of those decisions that we've made, whether they're great or not. What we'll be doing is rating them 1 to 10. So I will kick it off, asking you some of these decisions that you may or may not have made and what you would rate them. I think we can do, what you may have rated them at the time, what you would rate them now, and if you would do it again, or rather, you never did it at all. So I think we'll go ahead and get started. Sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So, number 1, moving states. So moving from Washington to Arizona.
Yeah, it was a necessity for us. We kind of needed to get out of a situation.
So at the time, what would you rate it 1 to 10?
Like a 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is the rating now the same, do you think?
I do think that God placed us here for a reason. I don't know if this will be our forever home. We always talk about like moving the kids, like once they all graduate, like we're gonna all move to this state. So yeah, I mean, I think that we're here for a reason. So I'd say a 10.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure. And would you do it again? You
Yeah.
kind of said it was
Well,
necessity. So
yeah. I mean, sometimes I do wish that I could have talked my mother-in-law into moving to like Montana.
somewhere else. Yeah.
But we agreed that we would move together, not together in the same household, but together in the same city. So, but yeah.
So moving states. Yeah.
we
Okay.
would do it again.
Okay. Awesome. Having kids at the
Oh.
time.
10 out of 10.
10
and
out of
10 out of 10 now. Like my kids are my greatest blessing, my greatest joy, my greatest struggle, the reason why
Yeah.
I cry 99% of the time.
Love you, kids.
Yeah.
And would you do it again?
Yeah. I mean, I've read or heard or I don't know, but they say like if like before you die, you relive like one experience or whatever. And mine would be like birth of one of my kids, like just
Yeah.
going back and having my kids.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't gone through it, you don't know, but
It's so
it
special.
is it's special, but it's also like if magic exists in the world, I think the birth experience is one of those.
Mhm.
We are strong, first and foremost, but something that seems so like impossible becomes possible. And you brought life into this world. So
no. Yeah.
Yes.
So 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. All right. Getting married at the time.
Yeah, man. I
That's a
don't
hard
know.
one.
It is a hard one because I had my reservations, but I was young and dumb and thought getting married's gonna fix everything. And young listeners, it does not. If the problems were there before I do, they will be there after I do. But if I hadn't married him, I wouldn't have my kids. So 8 out of 10. Would I do it again? Yes, because my kids,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And yeah, that's the thing. Every moment, every decision leads us to the next thing in our
yeah.
like the plan is bigger than us, right? And like you said, you wouldn't have your kids if you never got. I mean, you could have had them without marriage too, right? But
Well,
that was
and I feel
your plan. That was your path,
But like in reflection, like between the divorce and now, the last 10 years is when I feel like I've done the most of my growth and the most of my like character development. So, I think overall my relationship with my ex-husband, our marriage, the divorce, like you just said, everything's brought me to this point. So I would do it again because I know I wouldn't be the person that I am without all of that.
Agree. And you have your mother-in-law, like
Mhm.
regardless. We talked about that in the last episode. So obviously it happened the way everything was meant to happen. So
Yeah.
beautiful. Going back to school.
Well, I need to go back to school.
So you did for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I've gone to college twice. I don't have even an AA to show for it. And now I would have to start all over because it's been so long
Yeah.
since even the second time I went to school. So I want to go back. So I don't know. I'll ask you when it's your turn, but I don't know. I don't know where it
So
is right now.
TBD.
Yeah, TBD.
Awesome. Reading 100 books a year, but that's me. So reading however many books in a year that you read, I think, right? Like, have you always been a reader?
Yeah, since I was little. Yeah, like I remember I was reading like The Secret Garden in 5th grade. yeah, every year I try and up my goal. So this year I think my goal is 35, 45, somewhere in there. But like so when we were in the car last night, I've been in kind of a funk in the last week, listeners, and I've been trying to snap myself out of it with like prayer and positivity. And so it was me, Kaylee, her daughter, and then one of our cheer gals. And I was like, can everyone just say something they're thankful for? And one of mine was, I've been in like a book slump. And I just read like the most beautiful book. I read it in 2 days. Um, so 10 out of 10 when you can find the right book. Because
Yeah.
sometimes it stinks to like be in 150 pages invested or 200 pages invested and be like, oh man, this book's going nowhere. And I try and force myself to finish them. I allow myself to did not finish as a year, DNFs.
It like hurts my soul to
Same.
not finish a book.
Same.
So I'm like, why would you put this out and like lure me in for me
I
to not
know.
finish
And I have
this?
2 like do not on my like little DNF pile that I'm like, maybe I'll go back and pick them up one day. But yeah, it hurts my soul too to like have a book that I purchased and had high hopes for and then it gets set aside. So reading 10 out of 10. I wish
Okay.
I was a fast reader. I've said that in episode 1. I think I even said it in episode 2. I wish I had Kaylee's superpower
But
of reading fast. But
if we spend more time at the pool, then
yeah,
maybe we can read more. But then we just talk.
yeah.
So maybe that's bad.
We should like set a time. We should be like, hey, you want to meet at the pool? Let the girls go play. And we set a timer and like 25 or 30 minutes is devoted to just reading. We zip it. And then
we can talk.
And then we can talk.
I like that plan. Becoming a cheer coach.
Oh.
Like when you first started, like
Yeah.
what would you think?
I was nervous and there's been points where I'm like, what am I doing? But like again, we had one of our cheer girlies with us last night, and when I asked her what she was grateful for, she said coaches that love and care about her. And like,
Oh,
I know me and Kaylee are looking at each other now with like,
like
it
sad
was so
eyes.
sweet and special. And so when I think about her and there's like all of that, we just love them so much. And I hope that we're having an impact. And I think back to my high school cheer coach and the influence that she had on me and like she pushed me and she made me better. And I know she genuinely cared about me. So, 10 out of 10 on that one too. Like I feel there are days where might feel like
it's
a
hard.
2. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard. Or I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Is this worth it? But like at the end of the day, the girls that we get to love on and just care about, 10 out of 10.
I know. And hearing stuff like that,
I
it's like,
know.
oh my gosh.
But not gonna lie, there are days where it's a negative 10.
I know. I was like, is there even a number? Because it is so hard.
It is hard. And there's so much like and
Different
Kaylee
personality.
does so much for our team overall. But I'm thankful so far. When I'm in a funk, you can pull me out of it. And when you're kind of having a hard day, you can call me and I can kind of pull
We're
you out of it.
usually opposite.
We are. Knock on wood.
I know. Like,
Everyone throw up a quick prayer. Hopefully it stays that way because God, shit would suck if we were both in a funk at the same time. But like when I'm having a hard cheer week or day, I can call you and you can kind of be like, all right, Jules, let's talk this out and vice versa. So thankfully so far we have each other to
yeah.
pull
Yeah.
it. But overall 10 out of 10, but there are
days.
hard days.
Yeah. Starting a podcast.
Oh man. 10 out of 10. Like it's been really fun. This has been a dream of both of ours. I actually found the notebook where I had like written out what a podcast would look like and I wrote it back in 2020, but I think I'd been thinking about it since around 2019, pre-pandemic, so like 2019. So it's like a dream come true. It is scary though, especially when we are being vulnerable and talking about like real life stuff. We both had moments of being like, this is scary.
Well,
this is scary.
Yeah, this is scary. But at the same time, you're thinking about the people that maybe are part of those situations or part of your story. And you're like, would that offend them? Like, would that hurt? Did I say anything wrong? And so totally.
Yeah, and that's not the point of the podcast, right? The point of the podcast is not to make any person anywhere feel bad about themselves. The hope is community and building relationships and creating like relationship. So even though we're going to talk about hard topics and sensitive things in our lives, the goal is awareness and helping other people come out of that. But yeah, 10 out of 10. I mean, the feedback so far has been amazing. It's going to be really cool. Hopefully after episode 2 drops that we'll start getting emails and like, it's
more
it's
engagement
cool.
kind of, and we can start to kind of bring people into our podcast journey and have guests on the podcast. That will be super fun.
Yep, we have some guest ideas coming up probably soon, the next couple recordings. So
Yeah.
we're going to bring other people in and
maybe sponsors.
looking
building
for
our
sponsors.
merch,
Yep.
Who knows? Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
And maybe Ryan Gosling one day.
No.
Shout out to Ryan Gosling who's listening.
Yeah. We'll put it out there.
Yeah, we'll just keep manifesting. One day, maybe. You never know. All right. Trusting people who say it'll only take 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm one of those people, right? I text him like, got 5. And then recently, though, I text him, was like, who am I kidding? You got 30?
No, yeah. Let's be honest. Like, can you just talk?
Yeah.
Like, don't put a time on it.
Oh, man. I think we all say that sentence with the best of intentions. So
yeah.
I'll show you grace with the benefit of the doubt, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't rate that one.
Yeah.
Because I think it applies to all of us. And DIY projects. You are the DIY queen.
I mean, they suck, man. I only am the do it yourself person because I'm a single woman that has to freaking figure it out. But listeners, I have epoxied my own sinks. I've regrouted and corrected the stupid builders. Sorry, you're not stupid. You guys just build too many homes too fast and don't do a good job. I've had to regrout and actually put caulking in places where there was no caulking. I've had to, epoxy both my main bathrooms. I still need to do mine. So
didn't you replace a toilet too?
I've
fixed you did something with a toilet.
Yeah.
And your plumbing?
Oh, yeah, listeners, I did. So when I epoxied my sinks, I had to take all the hardware, the sink apart because I bought new sink equipment to match the epoxied sink instead of the cheap, probably $19.99 at Home Depot stuff that they throw into the houses. So I bought a nicer one. And yeah, I did have a fellow coach's husband did have to show me where I got one thing wrong, but it was literally just upside down. So I've done that too.
I know. You'll tell me, I did this or I'm painting this or I'm like, what?
I've fixed my dishwasher at my last house. I need to fix my dryer right now because you have to run it 3 times to dry, but do not recommend if you have an option. But when you got to, I can. And my daughter just recently, she wanted a trophy shelf to with the ribbon thing so she can hang from chair her ribbons and her trophies on top. And so it was in her Easter basket from the Easter Bunny. And I told her we'll have Papa come hang it because our studs are so far away. I can't trust myself to hang anything on the wall. That's not going to slide down with the nail. And then I have this big drag bar. Yeah. But I told her, we'll have Papa come over and help us put it all together, whatever. And she comes downstairs and she brings it down. She's like, I built it. And she just built it by herself. Oh. And I was like, that's my girl.
Yeah, DIY, another DIY queen in the making.
Yeah. So do not recommend, but glad I have, some of the skills.
But at the same time, you have the skills now, right? You've done it and you don't have to depend on no one else but yourself. But also you're crafty too. Not just house, DIY, whatever, but you're oh, this is a good idea and we'll do this craft or I'll make this for the girls or whatever it is. And it always is cute. So
oh, thanks. Well, I feel you're super you knit all the time or not knit,
I crochet. But I can only crochet squares. Don't count on anything else. You want a blanket, you want a washcloth, but that's it. I try to dabble and say, ooh, I can crochet, but one thing.
You're crafty too. I say that.
Thanks. And lastly, haircuts. Well, mainly bangs. I don't like bangs, but what about haircuts?
Getting them?
Yeah.
Or, I have to keep my hair long. I've cut it to my chin a couple times and listeners, if y'all don't know me, I'm tall. I am not built to be a supermodel. I have
a little bob.
Yeah. And so whenever I've cut my hair really short, I feel it makes me look like a Cabbage Patch doll. It makes my cheeks look bigger. I already have giant cheeks. And I feel I can pull off bangs-ish, but I always get so sick of them super fast. I'm I just want to grow my hair out and tuck it behind my ear. So
I don't think I've ever seen
I haven't had them in a long time.
Okay.
or short hair. Like the last time I cut my hair to my chin was 2012 because I was pregnant with my son. So not only am I already chubby cheek Julia,
You're
but
pregnant.
then I'm pregnant chubby cheek Julia with my middle son who was a big baby. So that did it for me.
Maybe you're like, that was it. Never again.
Yeah.
But have you cut your own bangs? Have you ever?
Oh, I don't know. I have a terrible memory from like my adolescence, but I'm sure I did. We didn't have a lot of money, so either I did or my mom did because I did. I was raised in a religion where bangs are like a thing, and if
Like
you
everyone
know,
has bangs.
but we have we put the curler in our bangs, like the big
bang.
bangs. Like it's a thing. If you know the religion I'm talking about, you know. But like we had big bangs, so I had bangs all growing
That's
up.
pretty awesome. Well, you got to find pictures.
Okay.
Can we?
Oh yeah,
We can post like throwbacks.
Okay.
When we had bangs, I got to see if I can find one.
Okay, I'll find one.
Wait, do I have bangs? I have bangs there on the wall.
Oh,
That
yeah,
little
there,
baby
oh my
one.
gosh, you got to post that one. She's wearing a bonnet, you guys. She has
Shut
an
up.
Easter bonnet and her grandma's pearls.
And I'm pouting.
And
That's like
she's angry at her outfit. We are posting that
angry at the
picture.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we will post some throwback pictures.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Funny.
That'll be fun. So find your bang picture.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's all I have.
Okay, so we both kind of talked about bangs, so you don't recommend.
Oh, no, I do not like bangs. And I feel like it makes my skin really bad. I don't know. And
Have you ever given your girls bangs?
oh yeah, they both had bangs when they
Yeah.
were little. You know, it's just easy to keep out of their face and, you know, and I just trimmed them myself and did fine. But my sister, if you're listening out there, sister, one time, so she has thicker, like curly hair. And she's like, I want bangs. And so we go into the bathroom and
no.
I chop them. But so I'm holding them. And as soon
Yeah.
as I chop them, they go up like 2 inches.
Yep.
And she looks in the mirror and she's like, what did you do? It was not intentional, but I will say maybe it's payback for cutting off Sporty Spice's ponytail. No, just kidding. But I do not recommend. I feel like I like haircuts, you know, I don't like that they're so expensive and I usually only get them like once a year, but bangs, no, zero out of 10.
What was the question before that one? Just right above.
DIY.
Okay, yeah. So DIY, what do you think?
I am kind of a handy woman. I feel like I had a lot of brothers and my dad was really involved. Like if he was doing anything, I'd watch or, you know, I just like to build things, especially when we get furniture or whatever. I'm like, I'm building it. Or if like I hung all the shelves and whatever, but I do like DIY. We redid our whole bathroom in our house in Washington. And that was really fun, like doing the floors and doing wallpaper. And wallpaper is not great.
Oh,
but
I have wallpaper in my downstairs bathroom.
it's so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, and not getting the lines and making, yeah. Get a pattern that's forgiving. That's all I have to say. Because if it's a unique pattern, like it will not line up. But yeah, when I do them, I kind of get lost in them. But then I feel like I just like wear myself out. I don't know when to
Get sick of
stop.
it. So my kids sometimes are like, Mom, you have 100 projects. And I'm like, well, unfortunately, we bought a brand new home that needed 100 projects. And so I burn out too. Like I've had to paint every inch of the walls because it's
great.
just primer.
Yeah.
You can't wash it. My daughter does handstands and then we have our feet prints and then I try to wash it and it just chalk crumbles down. So
Yeah.
I've had to paint and you can see where I just petered out. Like there's like a line you can see
Where you
it's
ended.
white, but like I need to finish painting the walls or like I still haven't finished my bathroom or it's so much work.
It is.
I bought paint for my kitchen cabinets. I've yet to do that.
Well, cabinets are hard
I
too
know.
because they have like that grease and you gotta like, oh yeah, it's
know.
so hard. We did that at our house too. We kind of redid our whole house before we sold it. In the upstairs bathroom, we did a kind of walk-in closet thing. So we did that because it was a small closet. So you needed to maximize space, but it's hard because we rent. And so I wish we could do things because the walls are like different color and different sheen in places where they patched. Yeah. I'm like, just don't even look at my walls. I'm renting. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, someday when we have our homestead.
yes,
yeah.
we will do crafts.
I forgot.
The segment of I forgot.
I'll remember in 2 minutes.
Okay, just jump back in.
Totally had a thing.
It looked really good. I was waiting.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Welcome
we're
to
so
my world.
funny. Uh, okay. Yeah, I think I'm good on
Okay,
that one.
start. Oh my gosh.
Cut. No, I'm just kidding.
Um, okay. Giggles are over. Starting a podcast. 10 out
Woo.
of 10. 1 out of 10.
I've always wanted to do a podcast. I'm a very I want to do everything. I need to stop. I need to cut myself off. But I want to write a book. I want to do a podcast. I want to do all the things. But I think what's really cool is how podcasts have grown,
Mm.
and I feel like there's so many out there to choose from, but not all of them will connect with people.
Right.
And you find your people that find you and can relate to you or not. And I think that's really great to have options. So,
We'll find our.
yeah, we'll find our people.
Well, it's so great though. I've said this to you before. I feel like I'm a dreamer, but I lack doing, and you're a dreamer and a doer, but like you helped me make this come to life. But like I can dream things, but I never know how to like put it forward where you're just I think you said on
I'm just a
podcast 1
doer.
or 2, like you always have to stay busy and you're researching and you're looking stuff up and you're asking
Mhm.
questions on, whatever. And so you're a doer. And so, yeah, I like that.
That's why it works.
You're always like, I know.
That's why it
we're a good
works.
team.
That's why we have this podcast, guys.
Yeah.
She had the idea and we made it happen. But yeah, I would say to your point though, you did make a good point. It is kind of scary to be vulnerable. Like I have a hard time opening up. And so I will talk to anyone all day long about whatever, but this is like
The nitty gritty.
the nitty gritty and our lives and what we're going through and our opinion on things. So it's like, take it or leave it, but you're going to hear it anyways. So it is scary to be vulnerable and to see more people listening and more people engaging, but also at the same time, exciting. So I think the more we do it and the more we get into it, this is only episode 3, it will just feel more normal.
Yeah.
So,
well, and
yeah.
you're so good. Like you tell me all the time, and I know you tell other members of your family and friends and stuff, but don't future trip. But I know every podcast I've listened to, they always talk there's always someone that's going to write in and hate on you for this and hate on you for that. And so that feels scary too. Once, the more people that listen, there's going to be someone that's disgruntled about something. And so it is scary, but we're doing it.
Yeah, we're doing
it.
Yeah. And if people who listen just give us grace, like we said, and forgiveness, if we do hurt anyone's feelings, which is never our intent. But ultimately, this is real life. And I think in life, you don't always get it right. Right. So that's why we're asking you guys. We got this, right?
Yeah. And we're trying to, as much as possible, situation to be vague. I mean, I guess if you know, but that's mostly going to be our
close
family.
and close people. Yeah.
But otherwise, it'll be vague. And so the listeners out there, they're going to have no idea who,
anything's about. But that is the thing is it is a small community and a lot of people in our community are supporting us, which is wonderful. So we don't want anything to come or even think it's about you. Cause obviously if we talk about cheer, that, you know who you are, our cheer people, or if we talk about church or we talk about anything else, obviously, you can connect dots, but, yeah.
Okay. So how about on becoming a cheer coach?
Ooh, my journey is a lot different than yours. I had never done cheer. I'd always wanted to do cheer. We had a big family, so it was always one of those things if we pay for you to do a sport, which cheer is not cheap, guys.
Yeah.
Then we have to do it for everyone. So I was always okay, I'll just read books. That's why I read so much because I didn't do anything else. But I would say when you are a parent, it's kind of your goal. You want to support your kids in whatever their dreams are. And if you can make it happen, you're going to make it happen. So, we went to a cheer clinic and, my daughter was super excited. And my thought on it was if I'm going to be at the practices anyway, I'm going to be traveling for the things anyway. I was I'll help.
Yeah.
So, initially I thought I'd be a team manager or some kind of person I'll do the fundraising or I'll do the coordination of whatever, but ended up, being a cheer coach and on a board and, but that's me. I take an inch and run a mile. I'm going to work hard at everything I do and then be oh, I'm doing everything, And so I would say it is 10 out of 10. I've learned a lot. Last year was my first season as a coach, as cheer anything. And everything I kind of learned as I went, and it was all new to me as I went along. But seeing the girls learn things and grow confidence, and like, I didn't have a lot of support growing up or a lot of like venues for connection. And so I think getting girls active, getting girls building friendships, trusting themselves, trusting each other, it's so huge. Like, these are the moments. And if they can get into anything, it doesn't have to be cheer, do it, right? If you can make it happen, do it. And we try to make it possible for everybody we can.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think being a cheer coach has added a lot. It is hard and it's a lot of work, but I think I would say 10 out of 10, because as much as it can be hard and as much work as it can take, and family, it takes away from our family sometimes, and we travel and do whatever, but um yeah, we have good days, we have bad days, and I think that's with anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Uh,
maybe at the time, though, I would have said like 2 out of 10, because
yeah.
I was like, same thing, like, what did I get myself into?
Yeah.
This is crazy. So, but now I'd say it's fine.
Going back to school.
Ooh. Well, I don't feel like I've ever stopped school.
Yeah. What are you gonna do next,
I think I'm currently studying for the LSATs. So, I started my application for a online part-time JD program. So, it's at ASU, and I recently graduated from University of Arizona, so I'll be alumni of both maybe one day. But I think that would be great, because I wasn't able to do the JD program where I just graduated from with my MLS, because it was full time and because I had to go to the campus. I can't do that, working
Right.
full time and being a cheer coach. So, having a part-time program online will be amazing. So once I take my LSAT, hopefully get a good score, I can apply and then maybe start that soon and take the bar, take
Yeah.
the bar exam, and hopefully be a practicing attorney in Arizona. But I do also want to take the bar in Washington,
Yes,
because
please.
there's a lot of things that need to happen change wise, like where we're from and where we are. And I just, as much people as I can help or support or make change for, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
So,
There's some stuff with my situation that would love, like, I want to change some family law up there,
mm-hmm.
and yeah, maybe we can partner with that. I
Yeah.
have some attorneys from back home that are interested, but it's so hard because I'm so far away, and so like we can't meet face to face, and like the lawyers are busy. But there are some family laws that I would love to change, and so like how cool would it be if we could partner on that and do it from afar? Like
That would be
we'd be
cool.
down here, but be able to change some King County and Pierce County laws,
Yeah,
family
travel
laws.
up there maybe and go to
Yeah,
court, or go to, legislation and make change. That would be awesome.
yeah. So do it. I'm
That's my
behind you
dream.
100%.
Sorry, I didn't rate it. 10 out of
Oh,
10.
10 out of 10. Okay. Getting married.
Well, I've been married twice. Um, I would say my first marriage, I was young. We just had our first baby. And it's kind of one of those things like, well, we did it kind of backwards. So we just, we have a baby now and we should get married. And like you said, marriage doesn't solve problems, it only amplifies them. And having children
Amplify some more.
amplifies it even more. And when you do both all within a month, that's even more. So I would say be very sure. Don't do it young because you think you have to or your circumstances dictate it. I would say,
Go to marriage counseling
yeah,
before you walk down the aisle. You get engaged, go to marriage counseling.
yeah,
Work out all those bugs before.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Highly recommend. I did not do it.
I didn't either.
I
Yeah,
mean, I do know people that have done it, and like
I recommend it.
I recommend. Yeah.
I didn't even really think of it as an option. Like, I was
Yeah.
young, and so I would say then at the time, I felt like it was just something I had to do. So I was like, oh, but I definitely rate it like, that's hard. That's a hard one. Not very high. um, but with my second marriage, I was kind of scared. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know if I want to get married again. Like, look how my first one turned out and look how hard that was, and thinking it was going to solve things. But we were together a while before we got engaged, before we got like, we were together 7 years, 8 years, I think, before we even got married. But I wanted that. Like, our girls were kind of old enough to be in the wedding, and my mother-in-law, like, was super supportive and wanted to have that wedding, for her son, and she was a huge help and planned so much of it and supported us in that, and a lot of other, family members and friends too. So, it was just really beautiful looking back, having that day with all the people you love and just celebrating each other and your relationship. And at that point, I was sure. You know what I mean? We've been together long enough. I think I like you,
Yeah.
and I think we'll get through whatever. But like looking back now, and now that like I'm more into my faith, I would have loved to have that counseling, that, working with a pastor or working with a therapist to like go through all the things that you're going to go through. Because I think when you get married, you have this idea that things feel so much more heavy because you're like, we're married and we're supposed to just love each other and it's supposed to just work. Well, no, like that doesn't mean anything. Like the problems are still the same. Like how you work through them is what needs to be different. So, yes.
There's a lot of reasons why I don't think I'll get married again, but in total vulnerability, one of them is, like last podcast we did then and now, but I always thought I would get married once and we would get to celebrate our 50th wedding anniversary. And I think now, because sometimes I think, oh, well, I can't have that. I'll never have a 50th wedding anniversary. So I don't want it at all. It's not going to be my preconceived notion, so I'm just not going to do it at all, which is so dumb.
Which is weird. Yeah.
I mean, there's more than just that. Why
Just
not
the one reason.
again? But like, I think and I've had to work through that, and there's other reasons, but like marriage wasn't what I thought it was going to be, and it wasn't perfect the first time, and like, I'm not going to have I don't know. Also, like, I just put down my pen and leaned in, people. I don't want like starting over and be like, what's your favorite color?
I know.
How many siblings do you have?
Like the getting to know you stuff.
So,
and it's a lot of work. Like, can we just jump to the part where we actually know each other? And like,
Yeah. But like, I think, we have preconceived notions. I think about marriage, family life, kids, like, especially, we just have like all these,
what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
And I mean, I bet the percentage of people that have what it's quote unquote supposed to be, I mean, no one has what we think in our heads it's supposed to be.
And even the people we think have it together, like it's totally not. Or it's different than what they are presenting to the world. And for me, I was so terrified. Like, I have my daughter from my first marriage, and I never wanted to be like a mixed, is that what you call it? Mixed family? Blended family. I was always so like, is this person going to love my child the way I want that child to be loved and this figure to be for my children? Right. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, if I can't trust this person around my kids, if I can't trust this person to be the man, right, of this family, and I don't know if I can do that. And so, I was like, well, we are going on like 7, 8 years now. So, I was okay with it. But so many people I've heard and talked to are like, as soon as we got married, it all went downhill. I don't know if you've heard that, but and I think it is our expectations. Yeah. And we're this is our 15th year together. We have had our struggles, everyone has, but yeah, in my mind, I'm kind of the opposite. I don't see anyone else or just being by myself at our 50 years or at like that. This is it. And I think especially like leaning into my faith more is like, you support the people you love. And if there's problems or there's whatever, you work through it. But it's going through that therapy, it's going through that counseling and figuring it out together. So I would say first one, meh. But it happened for a reason, and I got my beautiful older daughter, and then, getting remarried and having our family, it's kind of led us to where we are. So I'd say 10 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah. It can be great.
Yeah. Just like with cheer, like I'm sure there's days where it's like it feels like a 1 out of 10, but the 10 out of 10 is coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, having kids.
Ooh. My kid journey was a little hard. Both were high-risk pregnancies, and I had a lot of losses leading up to having my daughters. have 2 kids, but a lot of losses leading up to that. And so my first pregnancy, I knew at about 10 weeks that she would have kind of some health conditions. And, they even asked me if I wanted to, terminate my pregnancy. And I was like, no, I want to be a mom. We've talked about this. Like, whatever happens, we're going to lean into it. We're going to do this. So, she was born with an omphalocele. For listeners, that's where, parts of your intestines, your liver, whatever it may be in your abdominal cavity or outside of your body. And that was scary because they were like, we don't know. We don't know how this is going to go. So there was a lot of medical stuff but we went through the surgeries. She's wonderful. She's healthy. She's, thriving. So, it was a lot for being young and having a first baby. So and there wasn't a lot of resources.
Yeah,
So
scary.
yeah.
And
So
unknowns.
yeah, every day was like, what do I do? Having the surgery, having the follow-ups. So I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah. And did it, you'll correct me because I'm sure I'm
Yeah.
going to get this wrong, but you had to like cover her, that like the intestines couldn't have surgery to go back inside for a year,
Yeah.
almost a year. And so you had to have like ointment and protect your daughter's insides outside her body
The first year
before
of
she
her
was
life.
old enough to have, I mean, how scary is that? And
Yeah, like every day. She can't have a bath, right?
Mhm.
So you can only like this much water, little baby bath. And it was like a Silvadine cream that helps the skin heal. So I had to wait until the skin fully covered it, that came together from the sides up into the middle, kind of where your belly button is. And it was Seattle Children's where they pioneered this paint and wait process instead of, because they were finding if they put everything back in at birth, that like they would have trouble eating and breathing and sometimes didn't make it. So this was like a slow process, but I was like, I want to do whatever is least impactful to her. I don't care what I have to do. Twice a day, wrap it, clean it, put a little orthotic, foam thing on it to protect from her car seat or whatever. So we did that for a year. On her first birthday, actually, she had the surgery. So
was she walking? Like, were you like so paranoid if she like walked that she'd fall forward, or like did she
she was delayed. She
Yeah.
was delayed. She didn't crawl. She didn't walk because her belly.
Yeah.
So if she was on her stomach, she would like hold her breath. Like it was just so much
that
pressure.
sort of time?
Yeah, you could just tell. So, but what's really funny is as soon as we got home from the hospital, I was so scared. I was like, what if she does something? And she got up, she stood up. Days later, she was walking. Like she didn't miss a milestone. It was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But I was so scared because
Yeah.
So 10 out of 10. She was the light of my life, still is, but great, wonderful. And it was so weird because with my first, it was an emergency C-section and they took her away from me right away to the children's hospital. And then the second one, I go in, I'm wheeled in, there's music. It's like do-do-do, like a spa. And they're like, okay, you ready to have your baby? Like, what is happening here? It's birth trauma for real.
Have you ever heard the question where someone's like, if you could talk about one topic for like hours, what would it be? Mine's birth.
Oh,
like
totally.
Like trusting your body. Like I can talk about birth and all the things we do wrong in America, in
Yes.
my opinion. Like, childbirth, I can talk about for hours.
Maybe we'll have to,
Do a
one
birthing
day.
podcast.
Yeah, or have somebody on and like tell us all the things because
a midwife. I'd love to find like a really
Yes.
knowledgeable midwife. Like,
I would
and
love
well,
that.
last podcast we were talking about like baby showers and stuff. So just there are going to be, friends and family and listeners that maybe
Having
it's their
babies.
first baby and just giving them that little bit of courage to like trust your body. It's meant to do this.
I know.
Like have faith in yourself. Okay, moving from Washington to Arizona.
10 out of 10, then and now.
I know you guys love it. Your kids love it. You love it.
Yeah,
My husband loves it.
Yeah, I grew up there. My family grew up in Washington. Like, born, raised, grew up. It goes back lines and lines of like nobody ever left kind of thing. But a lot of my siblings, some live in Montana. We live down here. We all kind of live in different places. And I was like, we're like the first generation to relocate. But like my husband has family down here and, his mom visits often. So, but it's just so nice to be able to be outside. I think it makes a huge difference. Like the
Yeah.
doom and gloom and the rain and the being stuck inside in Washington, I think really got to all of us. And here it's just so different.
Yeah, I was saying at the beginning of this podcast, like I've been in the funk this week. And so I randomly my daughter's away at church camp. My boys, they they don't
Doing their
want to
own
hang out
thing.
with me. Yeah, they do their own thing. It's summer break. They want a game, and my other son goes fishing and stuff. But so I just like I was saying earlier in this podcast too, like I had a really good book this week that I just whizzed through, but I was able to like go take my book and go to the pool and just lay out, I think for like 2.5 hours with my book. And I wore a little like taquini or whatever, like,
Mhm.
so like this much of my belly was showing and it's burnt. Like I don't
Oh my
burn
gosh.
anymore, really. I don't like maybe my cheeks a little bit, but like I have like this little, it'll be a tan by tomorrow. But this morning,
Because you were so into your book.
yeah,
You
well, I
think?
mean, I think I rolled and stuff, but I didn't really put sunscreen on other than my shoulders and my face. So, um,
Got a little burnt
I got a
stripe.
little like burn belly. Yeah.
That's
Uh,
funny.
but yeah, like the vitamin D is just,
It's
my
huge.
dogs love it. My dogs will just go, and we have turf in our backyard and it gets hot. Like I've always heard, like,
Mhm.
watch your dogs on the turf. It's so hot. Even when it's 105, my dogs go and like lay on their side in the turf and I have to like bring them in. I'm like, okay, come get some water. Let's cool off for a little bit. My dogs love it. They're
So
like,
does my dog. In Washington, we didn't have enough sunny days, but we would joke that he was a hot dog. and coming here, it's 100 degrees on the
Mhm.
flagstone, and I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Like heat isn't that good for dogs, and they're fine. I
Yeah.
mean, just like us, they get used to it. So
Yeah, the dogs
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that was
good.
it, right?
Awesome.
Right, we did it.
Well, do you want to say what you're reading? Did you finish the one book that you were excited about?
Oh, I did. I finished it last night.
That's good.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is it gonna?
Join me in book 3.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Where
gosh.
am I in the reader?
Yeah, so it's When the Moon Hatched is the first one, and then Ballad of Falling Dragons is the second book. Third one, I have no idea when it's going to be
TBD.
out. Oh, the worst thing in the world. But it was so good. And I know my sister-in-law is currently reading it, so I can't say anything. And I would
stop.
never spoil anything for anyone. That's horrible. But you're going to love it.
Do you have your next book on deck? Do you know what you're going to read next?
I have a huge TBR list, just like all
Yeah,
the
same.
other readers in the world out there. But I would like to finish. I know we talked about this in one of our other episodes, the Love Hypothesis. It's
Mhm.
still on my list. No, I don't know yet. There's a few, so I'll get back to you.
Okay.
What did
The
you-
book I whizzed through is called Lady Tan's Circle of Women. And it was so beautiful. And I loved it. And it was about this woman in like the 1500s. And just, she was of high stature. So she's supposed to never leave her family's palace, essentially. And by the end of the book, she like has this circle of women, and like the last sentence made me cry. I wish I had it, but just being surrounded by love and women and the like people that she's made in her circle. So it was really beautiful. And then my next book, listeners, because we talked about this in episode 1, is I got the One and Only Ivan. Or
Oh yeah.
I bought it. So, and it's like easy read. Easy read. So I'll probably whiz through that this week.
It is linked on our link tree.
It is linked on our link tree.
So you can go ahead and buy that. But yeah, I kind of want to read it too. So
Yeah.
maybe when you're done.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to read that. That's my next on deck.
Oh, that's awesome. I just feel so bad for the gorilla. Like
I
he
know.
randomly will pop up in my mind, and I just think about because we looked it up
Yeah.
and looked at like where he lived, and it's so sad. Like
No.
I can't believe
It was real. I mean,
It
there
was
was
real.
monkeys and parrots. I don't know. Like, yeah, it was real. I didn't think,
Mhm.
it'd be interesting.
I do want recommendations of books.
Oh,
Like-
I just wrote it down. So
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I wrote a couple things to ask. So listeners, we have our email, we got this right 2026@gmail.com. So we'd love to hear your side quest of the week. I think we've also put out a couple others, like we said to go reach out to someone if you want to share when you did that. I think it'd also be funny to get DIY disaster stories.
Oh my gosh.
Disaster story. Like tell us like the project that, I don't know.
I have a few of those.
Kicked in.
Yeah.
If you are a cheer coach out there, tell us some tips and tricks. I think the hardest thing for us is music and choreography. Figuring
Yeah.
out like the choreography, and we follow a couple, not coaches, but judges.
judges, yeah.
On like Instagram and stuff. And she's like, you're not competing against the other teams. You're competing against the rubric, and whoever has has hit the highest amount for that rubric and that day is the winner. So like
Mhm.
building your choreography to like maximize the rubric. So
Yes.
if you are out there, cheer coaches, tips and tricks, and then favorite books and why. So what is your favorite book and why? Why is that your
That's a
favorite
good one.
book? So
I love book recommendations, and we can share them with everyone else and
yeah,
talk
maybe we'll
about it.
do like
Ooh.
maybe one of our rapid fire questions for next week should be favorite books.
Okay, favorite books. All
Okay.
right. I'll remember that. Okay, well, are we ready for
Side quest of the week.
Side quest of the week?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Oh, because mine, it's a doozy. I feel like I've been talking so much. Sorry, guys. You get to hear my voice a lot. This week was VBS.
And for those who don't know, it's Vacation Bible School. So we had Vacation Bible School at our church this week, and we were both volunteers.
Yes, and I did not know what I was doing, and I did not know what to expect going into it. So I graciously decided with my husband to do the water games. Water games, it being Arizona and it's hot, 100 degrees, you got to keep the kids wet, right? Like cool them down, have some fun. We had 3 rotations of 5 groups. So each group had anywhere from 5 to 10 kids.
Well, there was one group of boys that was 12.
12, yeah.
Mhm.
There was a lot of kids. So, and we started with the youngest groups first just to get them wet and dry before it got dark kind of thing. So the last groups, as it progressed, the older kids, and the oldest kids were last. But 4 days, so we had to have a game plan for each day. And day 1, little crazy, little not knowing what to expect, but it went well. Then day 2, we had some injuries, and we played capture the flag, and the flags were on these broomsticks, and the broomsticks were like these hard plastic. I'm like, fine, no problem. But as the last group came in, they got a little rowdy and were kind of all tugging all up together, all the boys on the broomstick. And it snapped. And when it snapped, it hurt 3 kids. So one of them sliced 4 fingers, and they were worried it was down to the tendon and had to go to the ER, got stitches. And the next,
Do you have an update on that kid? It wasn't to the tendon, but
it was not to the tendon, and
they-
thankfully it was his left hand because he plays football.
Oh.
I think he's a quarterback.
And he did get stitches.
He did get stitches in
Okay.
every finger.
Okay.
But he's okay. And, I profusely apologize to the mom and everybody. I did not sleep well that night. And then the other kid had a thigh gash, and I think it needed stitches, but he didn't want to get stitches. So they were just kind of keeping it butterflied and, wrapped. But he came back to VBS too. And the other one was a girl that I think was just a casualty.
Innocent bystander.
Yeah, of all the chaos. And same thing on her thigh. Hers was very deep. Like you could see down in there. And her mom came, and it happens. But I felt so terrible. And I think we were the first injury ever at VBS. And they've been doing it for like 20 years.
Yeah. Not like that, to that degree.
Not to that
But
degree.
It's not your fault. Like
Right.
the boys were purposely being rough because
Yeah.
then they came back to my station. I was doing crafts to see if we had extra that day. And they were like, oh my gosh, it was, we were doing this. And they were being rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
was.
It's not your fault.
It happens.
Everyone's
And we
okay.
had leaders of groups that were kind of off to the side. So, our job was to just set up the games. There
Yeah.
are other people there to manage them and the kids and
Facilitate the kids.
yeah. But it didn't feel good. But
Yeah.
everything went seamlessly day 3 and 4 until we went to leave the last, and it was a storm out
It
of
was
nowhere.
day 3. It was on Wednesday.
It was on Wednesday?
That was on Wednesday because
Oh, it's fourth day. Yeah.
that wasn't so bad. But I kept telling kids, don't blow away, Dorothy. Out of nowhere, thank goodness VBS was over. But this huge, insane gust.
I felt like a tornado.
Gust of winds. It felt like a tornado. And we live in a monsoon area,
Yeah.
but things were flying and boxes were being lifted into the air and
Pieces of branches were going in my
I
eye.
was just about to say, we were standing there talking and a branch fell.
It was pretty
and I
big,
was
too.
We need to move.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
So there was a couple crazy.
But then on the
things.
way to the car, I
yes.
threw my keys in the cooler so I could roll it to the car.
To be fair, I was talking her ear off for
Yeah, we were chatting, so we were a little busy.
Walked her to her car.
Put the cooler in, and it was just me by myself, and then shut the door, and then it goes beep, And I said,
No,
I didn't even really realize.
no, we talked a little bit longer. And
Yeah,
then
but it didn't click until I went to open the car and it was locked.
you were like, no way.
No way. But luckily we live close. I live
Yeah.
close and you drove me and it worked out. But I was like,
so I was like, well, let's
serious.
carry this conversation into my car to your house to get your keys and then come
Come
back.
yeah. So,
Locking yourself out of the car, injuries at VBS, those are your side quests of the week.
oh, yeah, don't recommend it. But it all worked out and, it's okay. So that was mine. What was yours?
Well, my original one, we kind of already talked about, but it was like having been in a book slump and then finding like a really good book this
Mhm.
week that I read in like 2 days. So the book, and so we kind of already talked about that. And then kind of yesterday and today, one of my dogs is sick and I don't know what's wrong with him. I think I'm gonna have to take him in, but he doesn't have vomiting or diarrhea. He's not foaming at the mouth. His gum color is good. And he's allergic to everything as it is. Like we have prescription food that I have to order. And the only treats he's allowed to get really is carrots. So my dogs like their treat. When we say want a treat, it's a piece of a carrot. So I don't know if he got into something and so he just has a tummy ache. So we're super monitoring him. But down here we have something called valley fever. The dogs are, I think people
We
can
can
get
get
it
it too.
too.
Yeah.
People can get it too. Dogs are really susceptible just because they sniff with their nose and it's in the
Wait.
dirt pores.
We just had that storm, the wind, and maybe
Oh
it did. Like, I think it,
So that was Wednesday.
it picks up and like,
Moves the dust.
yeah.
And I've heard that when you have a dust storm, bring your animals in. And I wasn't home and I texted my kids and said, go get the patio furniture and all the cushions and pick it up. Like they know the drill on what to move and put weights on it. We have tons of sandbags in our yard. We have sandbags on our trampoline, sandbags on our barbecue grill because there was a storm last year that literally threw my barbecue grill across.
And trampolines flew.
Yeah,
and-
our basketball hoop has been dragged. So I have sandbags on everything now. But yeah, we had that sandstorm. So I wonder, which means I'm monitoring him. I told my kids we'll give it till tomorrow, unless something like if he starts vomiting, diarrhea, foaming, like something drastic happens. Of course, we'll take him in right away. But also because he does have tummy issues, it's kind of like a wait and see. But
Because it could be
I'm
anything.
worried that he's a bit more lethargic than normal. And I babysit my friend's dogs, and one of her dogs has valley fever. And when has an episode, like touching, like just even petting him, he kind of like moves away because he's just so sensitive and just everything hurts. And my dog Duke's being like that a little bit. Like I picked him up to carry him up to my room last night and he kind of whimpered the whole time I was holding him. But we can pet him, but he doesn't want to be lifted or picked up. And then when he walks, it's like super slow. So
How old is Duke?
he's 5. He's 5.
Okay.
He'll be 5 in December. So he's 5.
Okay. So he's still kind of a puff, but
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, poor guy.
So prayers for my dog.
Praise for Dookie. Okay. Well, we do have rapid fire, and there was a poll response. I know it's rapid fire, so we'll make
go
it
quick.
rapid. But the poll, it was on Spotify with our episode, and the question was, be honest, do you have it all figured out? You know our answers, but 20% said absolutely not. 20% said some days, and 60% said, I'm winging it. And not surprisingly, it was 0% for Ask Me Again tomorrow because we know we will not have it figured out. But yeah, we'll put more polls.
Yeah, we'll put more polls. We also did one on our Instagram, so look for that. We're just trying to engage with you guys. So take a look.
Let us
Chime
know.
in. We want to hear from you.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, rapid fire.
Okay.
We're going to get through this fast. What is your favorite TV show?
Oh, Friends. Always since like college. And then I love Mom. I watch Mom a lot with
Mom?
Anna Faris and
Oh, is it like kind of a newer one show, right?
It's
No?
off the air. It's on Netflix, but it's a mother and daughter that get sober together. And so in the show they go to meetings and I just love it. It's
haven't
funny,
heard
it's a comedy. So Mom and Friends.
Awesome possum. Something that makes you uncomfortable.
I don't know. Being given compliments in like a really public space.
Oh.
Like if you were like, oh my gosh, Julie, I really appreciate blah, 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 blah. And it was like me, you, and maybe your family or my family, whatever, fine. But if like I'm in a big group and like getting like an award or something, like in a big public space, like it makes my skin crawl. Yeah. Terrifying.
Now I know.
Because everyone's going to be she wasn't appreciative enough. Or I don't
That's how
like,
I feel with
like
gifts.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you talked about that.
Oh,
one
sorry.
episode.
Yep. Roman Empire.
Okay, yeah. So my Roman Empire
Wait, should we tell people what Roman Empire is?
Yeah, because you had to tell me.
Okay. So it's a trend, and it started from, asking men in your life, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? But it's kind of evolved to, it's not surprisingly, it's a lot. So ask the men in your life.
Yeah, men, we want to hear from you. Do you really think about the Roman Empire? Because
it's so weird.
It's so weird.
It's random. And it's, look online, you'll see it. It's hilarious. But it's kind of evolved into this thing of describing things like, oh, that's my Roman Empire. So do you have a Roman Empire?
I mean, I guess mine would be true crime. Like, I read true crime books. I
think about it all the time.
Murder podcasts. I constantly, I love to camp and stuff. But ever since I heard about Israel Keys, if you don't know who he is, look him up. And you might never camp again either. And he's from the Pacific Northwest. So true crime. And I have read a few books that have been really good. And then, yeah, just true crime.
That's it. Were you going to say something else?
Well, I was going to say the families, some of the families and how they use their tragedy to do really good. And there's a few that come to mind. I don't know if I should share it up, but there are a few families especially that come to mind that have just really done amazing work after this terrible tragedy. So
think about that and look into that and follow. Yeah. Okay. So that's your Roman Empire. And then last but not least, do you think your 18-year-old self would be proud of you?
I think she would. I think 18-year-old me, came out of, we were really poor. We were really religious, which I consider myself religious now, but just it's
different
religion, very different. So I think she would look at me and be like, oh my gosh, you own your own house, your car's paid off. I mean, due to the circumstances after my ex passed away, I am in some debt that I'm working on, but yeah, I think she would be proud of me, and she'd be like, look at us go.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're big girls. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Rapid fire? All right. I might do them in a different order.
Okay.
What's your favorite TV show?
I'm not a big TV show person, so I don't know.
There's nothing you and James are watching together or anything like that?
No, usually I'm a bystander. So right now it's Regular Show. It's a cartoon and it's these little animals. It's from Cartoon Network and there's a man with a bubblegum machine head. I don't know. So I'm just kind of do you know what I'm talking about? Kind of.
Futurama?
No, that's another, he's a robot, but yeah, Regular Show. So it's just kind of in the background. It's on all the time. But for myself, there's nothing that I wanted to get into Friends. I totally see the appeal.
I quote Friends all the time.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. You don't have to. Just kidding. Better have one by next week.
Okay, I'll think about it. I'm sure there's something and I just can't remember
it's okay.
it.
You don't have to. I was just kidding. My Little Pony.
Oh, yeah.
18-year-old you, what would she be proud of you?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I mean, I moved out at 16, so, I've been doing life for a long time. But yeah, I was just young. I was on my own, just living life and just starting out in my career and into my education journey. And I wasn't a mom yet. So yeah, I became a mom. That was my dream. I've graduated, got master's degree, first gen college student, just all the things. It's if you look at your accomplishments, and I would say for anybody, I challenge anyone to do this, is write the things down that you've done. Yeah. And if you look at them, they were all dreams that you accomplished.
And you made come true.
Yeah. You did it. I think we all have things we're ugh. But I don't regret things. I just think they were things you learned from, So I'd say yeah.
Yeah. What makes you uncomfortable?
Well, when you said it, the getting an award or graduation, walking up on stage, I was I don't know how to walk. Don't trip.
What do I do with my hands?
Who do I look at? Yeah, that kind of stuff is so weird. Getting gifts. We talked about that, I think, in one of our episodes where even if it's the best gift I've ever gotten, I'm do I look like I like it? Do they think I like it? Am I thanking them too much? Should I apologize for being weird? But I think my big thing is hugs. Some people are huggers. Doesn't matter who you are, they're going to hug you.
Yeah.
But I've started hugging more. Well,
the girls on our cheer team, they run up and give you a hug at the end of the.
And I feel kids are different.
Yeah, so adults.
Yeah, maybe adults. Yeah, hugging adults.
It's hard. Saying I love you to your friends and hugging your friends, make it more normal.
You're good at that.
Yeah, I say I love you to a lot of my friends when
you're bye, love you guys, and I'm just oh, love you, because we didn't say I love you a lot growing up, and hardly ever, and so I do it with my kids. Like kids, I feel like kids don't count.
Yeah,
Like,
it's adult to adult.
yeah, adult, like say I love you, tell your friends you appreciate them, thank them, whatever. Hugging, I'm working on. But yeah,
Yeah.
that would be mine.
Okay. What is your Roman Empire?
I always think about books.
Mm-hmm.
I always think about, ooh, I don't know why, but like royalty. Not necessarily like the royal family, but I'm so fascinated with how everything came to be, like the kings and the queens and the knights and the this. It's so fascinating to me. But I mean, it is kind of a reflection of what we have today and government and whatever. But I love learning about all that stuff. Think about it way too much. That would be mine.
Roman Empire, that was a good question. Maybe you guys can all chime in with yours, but
Because it's interesting. And ask the men that you know.
yeah, I do. I'm interested
I'm
in that too.
curious.
But all right, we did it.
That's it.
We did the dang
That's
thing.
it. Oh yeah. So this was episode 3.
Yep.
And we did all the things. We want to hear from you.
We'd love to hear from you guys. We so appreciate the love and support. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Share
it.
peeps. Yeah, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
We got this.
We got this.
Right?
I think. Yeah.
Right.
I'll be back with we got this wrong next week.
Yeah.
We'll see what we got wrong.
Bye.
All right. Bye.